obscurity to the table, and as a result of that, we're oftentimes getting shut down outright in any sort of open gunfight. So now doubling down on it, hopefully this adds that level of obscurity they need to get themselves out on the site. As even in that last map, we were seeing it from time to time, trying to brute force their way into the open without proper coverage was allowing LG to shut them down quite handily. That should not be a problem with what they're more than likely going to be bringing to the table here. Already some action for Baby specifically. He's able to tap, looks like the head of Moose once or twice. Unfortunately, it's a Sage's head, so it's very easily correctable as it'll get healed up which immediately. A Proto took some heat as well, though, down to 70, and that unfortunately will not be corrected.
I mean, would we expect anything less from Baby? More than likely not, but there's going to be some mid-control going the way of LG as they're slowly working their way here through Split, and it looks to be possibly Vents as of right now, but obviously it's a lot of players around here for FaZe. Baby will 1-for-1 himself. Corey now on the contact for Heaven, but oh no, that's going to get walled off, and instead it's going to be a C4 pack out to get rid of that, but it's not going to work out for him. Instead loses his life, and now LG with control of the B site. They'll at least be able to get a spike down, but now it's time to fend off the FaZe retake.
Spike planted.
To see here as well, a little bit extra pressure working its way onto Moose, but won't be too much of a problem for him. He'll be able to sit in the corner. The issue will now come in the form of the fact that this is a very quick retake here from FaZe, but Moose gets his third kill, swinging out aggressively. Baby will finally be able to punish that. Everything going to be left to Dre here. He's dealing with the turret, trying to not get distracted by it, but he's being distracted by everything else the Killjoy is throwing at him there. Overwhelmed, unfortunately, is what will transpire here. And as a result of that, we'll be able to see the FaZe members get back onto the point, use the spike, and secure the pistol round for themselves.
Very solid round from both of those teams there, but FaZe winning out on the retake due to Baby J's efforts. A nice 2K for him on the entry, and that's really all she wrote for that round. LG on the back foot, if you can really even say that. That spike plant's going to help them out quite a bit going into this next round. And oh yeah, you can see the ice fall just simply not working out the way that they wanted to inside of Heaven. So now it's up to LG and what they want to do with this round. Round 2 is looking to be quite weird simply because of that plant, and you can already see just by the weaponry how this is going to go. Baby already getting aggressive. He's swinging all the way towards mid. He'll take down Moose. Nice dash as well, and as you said, the spike down. Painted shells in towards Rom, and it's going to force the remainder of the LG members back as they've lost one of their key members in Moose.
Looks like a Proto should be able to sneak up pretty quickly and retake the spike, and not a long-term objective here for FaZe to keep that on the ground. Would be biting off way more than they could potentially chew in that situation, especially having already gained the 5v4. That's what was important to get right there, because now this trade doesn't mean as much. Yes, it brings us down onto even footing, but Corey has a lot of intel, and his teammates are going to be able to react to that appropriately here. Corey will just slowly start to back away. We are going to see a Nebula come out from the FaZe side of things in order to block additional access from LG. It'll work too. It'll send LG back down to the bottom of mid. They're going to wrap back out towards Garage. Whether they'll actually head that way is still yet to be seen, though, as they've got 45 seconds. Still some time for trickier plays to be made by our attacking roster.
There's so many things that you can do inside of a game like this as well. LG can simply sit on their hands inside of Ramen as well and just wait for FaZe to try for something. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to continue to use this timer as they start to push forward in through vents, but they think the time is keen, and it's not. Zachary's still waiting for them to make a move, and the patience working out here for FaZe as they'll continue to hold on. Not up until Tig makes his presence known inside of Heaven. He'll take down one, but Tig with the trade as well as the Proto will go down. It's Baby J off the board, and the B bomb site completely taken over as Dre will get that spike down.
Another very tense post-fight situation here. Both the FaZe members being split up here as a result of where the LG positions are going to be playing from. Raucus trades out onto one. Already knows where Tig is positioned at as well, as he took down his teammate just a moment ago, so he can rush right for the spike. That rotate up towards top. That's really the only thing he has to worry about, which is why he keeps such a close eye on it. Now takes contact right at the doorway and shuts it down. Beautiful 1v2 closeout there from Raucus, and a very well-deserved second round on the board for FaZe.
A Red Bull clutch there for Raucus as he'll seal the deal for FaZe, and this is going to be the first time that they have the lead inside of this series, so very well done from them. Beautiful start so far here on Split. So show you guys that once again here is LG able to take control of B, but not able to get it done at the end of the day. And now we're going into round 3, where we're going to have quite the small buy here for LG. FaZe going for the bonus, it looks like, as well, but obviously taking some some damage earlier on is going to limit a lot of these things. You can see Baby Bay down on money as well as Zachary, so could have some odds and ends buys coming in down the pipeline.
Yeah, no real save round or bonus buy coming out here now because of those members of FaZe having to go so low. So they're still going to be at risk here. It's still a tense situation for both of these teams, and that explains why we see additional investments continuing to roll in from LG as well. Oh, Tig so close to an early frag here against Baby Bay, but he's able to dash out of that literally within a second of saving his own life. Sage Heal was on support also, so Baby Bay gets brought back up to near full HP, or excuse me, just full in general. It's going to be able to bring Baby Bay back into better straits pretty quickly right there. Corey finds the first pickup here for FaZe, bringing Moose out of the play, giving FaZe the early 5v4 advantage.
We'll make that a 5v3, my friend, as LG is trying to work their way onto B, but Baby J finally making a stand. Baby Bay looking for one as well. He'll pick it up as LG will at least take out the site player. So B control and possibly another spike plant here for them. Definitely going to help out that economy as a Proto trying to hold on to heaven here. Looking to try and take the fight towards Raucus, and finally that Sheriff working out, but low mag capacity on that pistols and going to end up being a detriment to him. Now it's down to Dazzle. Try and clutch up. He has a Spectre, but not very much HP, and well, we'll let you decide which one hindered him more, and it's going to be a round here for FaZe yet again as they pick up round 3.
So there probably won't be a buy from LG going into this next round here. Although I, at this point, wouldn't be surprised if we saw it again, considering they brought
the Force here, though. Like the Force here, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I guess the thing for me is if they do Force here, this just puts them in such a bad seat. You know what I mean? Because going forward, I mean, if FaZe doesn't slow up, they're down on guns. They can't take the gunfights how they want to, and FaZe jump ahead. We'll have to see what happens. But hey. This is why you have your position here, Blue. You're amazing. Look at you. You predict everything. LG gonna go onto full rifles here, but FaZe with a pretty interesting buy, especially for Raucus, and it's starting to make more sense as, well, he's got that Viper's Pit along with a Judge, so expect that to be coming out soon, and, well, it already has over on the A site.
Yeah, LG being very smart with their economy in the previous rounds, not really overbuying, so these consistent plant pickups as well as just the closely fought rounds are usually leaving them with enough to get to this point where they actually have the superior buy over FaZe here by a very slight margin. Especially when you look at utility, that's where the real advantage comes out from LG, and they're already showing it. Baby J going down, that's going to deal with all the Killjoy utility, so you no longer have that free site security on one of the two sites where the Killjoy would normally be positioned. All that now dead on the ground. See here, Take potentially lining up another one for the folks over on LG, but is not meant to be. Baby Bay wins out that fight instead and re-equalizes us at 4 to either side.
Difficult now for LG. Trying to figure out what they can do with mid. Looks like it's going to be Male instead here as 2 creep up. Dazzle going to be on point up against Corey. Corey has to back off of the box. He'll end up using one of his C4 packs to back them off. It's going to deal a little extra damage to Dazzle as well as he'll get healed up from his Sage. So he'll be able to combat yet again. But they're going to give up full tower control now as Dazzle begin to smoke onto sight. Baby Bay at the back end here. He'll take down the Omen ult and start to push forward. Only 20 seconds remains. This is going to have to be the take now from LG as FaZe are ready for it. Baby Bay will take down one on Rafters. It's going to be the refrags, though, to take down Corey and Baby Bay, and full site control yet again for LG.
Unfortunately, Zachary not going to be able to make any immediate action happen here, too. Still waiting for Raucus to get into position over towards the garage, so cannot stop that plant from going down onto the ground here. Raucus has arrived, but here's the bad news. He's only got the shotgun to play off of along with the classics. Not even a great secondary pistol to play off of here either. He's very much going to be relying on Zachary to act as cover for him, but it just doesn't pan out. The snakebite goes down, forces at least one player into the open. Raucus, I'm going to be real, I don't even know if Raucus was expecting to find someone from that one because he seemed a little surprised when your boy Dre comes running out. But either way, it seals the deal on the round here and puts us at a 3-1 scoreline. LG being so aggressive with the buys, finally paying off for them as they're able to net 1 for themselves on the 4th.
Yeah, poor Raucus there with the Ron Burgundy moment, just not knowing what to do with his hands, apparently. So very, very unfortunate there for him.
It's not Ricky Bobby.
Actually, yeah, it is. You're actually right. Wrong character there from the Will Ferrell, thing. Anyways,
cinematic universe.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, the dodgy art. That's the best meme I've ever seen from that character. But either way, though, it's a much needed round there for LG. All memes aside, FaZe trying to make it out with that odd buy there. Not able to get it done. They assume that they could at least have some form of LG forcing their way towards A and trying to take it towards the Viper's Pit, but Obviously not the case. Now Baby Bay with a very forward position inside of mid. He'll be able to dash out as well. No real thoughts from LG to try and take control there or prevent anyone from moving forward. And that's going to be the pick that FaZe were desperately looking for.
So a good opener here from FaZe. Now time to move forward and capitalize upon it. For them to stand still, it would be in this case. LG still with some pressure up on top cat towards A. Dre's going to move forward. Perfect lineup to take out Zachary. There's the exchange back down into a 4v4. Pretty much full A site control starting to bleed into the hands of LG here. A lot of pressure going to be on Raucus, but with just a measly little pistol in his hands, what can he do to stop it? Well, there's a good start as he takes out Dre, looking for the second, but it won't be able to be translated. Moose picks up the trade instead and resurrects Dre to keep LG at relatively full strength. Baby J, Corey, and Baby Bay now looking for the way back in, and as well, we do have the Blade Storm up and running for Baby Bay. It's going to give a lot of aggressive push capability back in. A beautiful shot from Baby Bay. Immediately deletes Moose on the re-entry. Second attempt from that same position. Not going to be as successful, though. Dre trades it out. Once again, the attack has the edge at a 3v2 here. Starting to get very, very low on the spike timer as well, so it's pushing the positions from FaZe further and further out of the site. As you can see, their LG don't have much of a problem mopping it up. Well, they come quite low on a few of their players there. Either way, though, second round on the board for them as they continue to inch closer to the 3 rounds that FaZe has.
Extremely well done from Luminosity there, and just brute forcing their way on to be the entries working out in their favor. And you know, it's a really beautiful start here from FaZe. Baby Bay with a nice 2K. It really looked like they were going to be able to bring it back, but not before LG fire back. They also use Moose's ult to make it a little bit more difficult for FaZe to try and retake, and that's 4v3, as well as just trying to help out the economy as well a little bit, just making it to where they can possibly stay on top of those money, or on top of that money, as well as keep their rifles. So working out well right now as they're trying to shore this up within 1 round right now of tying things as they're focused on the A site.
Baby Bay once again, just a tiny little peek, even gets a smidge of damage off on the Moose right there, but the real action happening up on the ramp here once again. Raucus in quick work to take down the aggression from Dre. This time, FaZe will net themselves with something to play off of here in the early round, and it'll get push itself even further, too, as Zachary gets a second going for the defensive side of FaZe here. The rest of LG trying to group up on the outskirts of A, but it seems like FaZe already has a good read on this, too, so LG straggling for something to get this round going and to hopefully get them back in fighting shape to still try and take it, and more importantly, tie us up at what would be 3-3.
Well, slow work right now for Luminosity as they start to work their way up ramp, where we saw the initial pick go down for FaZe. Boy, Dre losing his life, as well as Tig, who have been 2 star players so far throughout the day for LG, so they'll be sorely missed inside of round 6. Moose attempting to move forward, but Zachary's ready for the swing. It's also going to be the Cosmic Divide out now for the defense of FaZe. They want to take it to LG in the moment, and they will get it done. Baby Bay with a beautiful, beautiful swing towards top ramp will take down the last remainder of Luminosity as they'll go up 4-2.
Solid hold there once again, coming out from FaZe, able to rebound themselves. And like I said, as we got to that late round situation, already having a pretty good inkling as to where the remaining 3 members of LG were going to be going. They had already had pressure on ramp earlier on in that round, and unfortunately LG had lost a player from it, so FaZe had some inkling of an idea. Players were going to work their way back over towards that once they get the final call on that one. It's just a matter of taking care of things through numbers as they have the 5v3. Very easy job for them to set up the 4v2 lead now. This will also take us into a scrap buy for LG. A couple players able to work towards rifles because of saved money from the previous rounds, but for most, it is going to be sheriffs once again here.
Well, it's a quick trade back and forth of utility inside of mid, but FaZe still looking, trying to secure something. Corey will get 1 and 2. Can he get the 3rd? No, that's Baby Bay's job, baby, as he'll take down Tig. It's all up to LG and their last remaining 2 members with the sheriffs trying to get some damage off. It's very lackluster damage as they can't secure any of the frags. Everyone lit up, but no bullet delivered to take down any of the FaZe members. That's going to be a difficult round there for LG, as they really can't make any money off the frags.
There's a trademark FaZe aggression at the end of the round right there, wanting to push into their opponents, give them absolutely 0 room to breathe or figure out how to counter out the aggression that is rapidly racing towards them. Allows for them to be overwhelmed with relative ease, and as such, FaZe take control of yet another round, not even giving room for LG to really think here on these light buy rounds, as you would normally see a team try to waste out a bit of that time when the round itself is is pretty much lost, as we saw in that situation for LG. But FaZe not letting that happen, even on a full bot round. They're going to continue to get aggressive here. The showstopper coming out from Corey, that will not sing true, but Baby Bay has better luck. Lines up a kill versus one of the most potent members of this roster. Dazzle, though, quickly steps back out from Ramen to trade that and at least keep us even after the aggression from FaZe fades away.
FaZe with a constant double down on the aggression inside of mid, but this time around Luminosity prepared for it. The showstopper out for Corey doesn't get much done, and they'll also be able to get the refrag, but they've at least taken down Tig, who's a huge part to this setup overall. No longer having access to that toxic screen could make things a little bit more difficult than once before, but now Dre is starting to open things up. Could possibly get Baby Bay here as well, as he does not have a dash. He has an updraft. He's going to double updraft over the door. Beautiful stuff here from Baby Bay, making himself a very difficult target to hit, but now a read out from LG. They see or are sensing that A is clear. They're going to go right through vents, but Baby Bay's already made his rotation. He's one kill away from getting that dash back, but oh no, it's the switcheroo yet again here, John. They're back towards mid. They're flooding male, and it's Raucus to try and shut it down. He'll at least get one. Baby J at the back of sight now with a beautiful spot. He'll get one. Can't get the follow-up kill. It's traded yet again here as we go into the 1v2 for Baby Bay.
LG shuffling their players back and forth, splits up the remaining assets here from FaZe, and now there's 2 players on B. Unfortunately, not ready and not able to handle the 4-player push swing, or the large push swinging its way in there from LG. Baby Bay, as you can see here, looking for some route to get back in, decides to say, to heck with it here, I'm just going to take down the barrier wall. Try to work my way past it. Actually, some good intel on Moose here, too. The spam is in the correct position, but not getting the kill on the initial spam makes him think that it's all clear. It will not be the case. Moose now takes him down, and it's LG to secure their 3rd on the attacking side of this map. That hesitance from LG, especially after they landed the great paranoia when they were initially stacked up outside of the heaven push right there. Irked me a little bit, but thankfully they were able to transition their positions over towards A and then quickly swarm back. That at least got the 3rd player that was going to be on B off of the site, and I think in the long run made things a little bit more palatable and easier to manage there for LG as well. So good stuff from them on taking care of that situation and slowly inching their way back into this map.
I would absolutely agree with you there. Just keeping the playbook open against FaZe, and that's going to be a necessity throughout all of this, because FaZe are going to constantly be trying to make these plays happen, get these frags, and hinder LG on these entries, as Baby J's going to go fishing here. He's looking for Dre, and nice movement there from Dre. He's going to get tagged up from the turret, but that's going to be it. Still on the hunt, though. Let's see if he can find any of these frags. He's going to go for the ult point secure. Baby J not going for the peak either, so they'll at least get away from that. But as you can look at the minimap here, LG still spread throughout the entirety of the map, just seeing what they can possibly get done. Moose steps on top of the wall. Baby J with a swing from the lower end will take him down, and it's more than likely going to be LG rotating off, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Working towards mid now as Baby Bay's got the cross. He'll take down Tig, and all of a sudden, LG looking worse for wear in round 9.
Timing on the push just a little bit off there from LG as their players move forward. Tig moves forward just a few seconds before his opponent is ready to support on that angle, leading to the loss of the Viper now, as well as only 3 players are trying to make this push, but now 2, as Corey's been able to take one of them out. Proto starts an aggressive push here as he's able to find Raucus, but now they're trapped in the site. They seem to be excelling on that, though. 2 more kills coming out for them, but Baby Bay shuts it down before it can even get started. A nice double at the end. 3 overall in the round from him. Secures the 6th round for FaZe in this half as we enter the final 3 of the first half of the map.
9 rounds, and Baby Bay is sitting on an ACS of 504. I have never even seen that number at a round like this. This is so very impressive from him right now, really taking it to LG. And this is the Baby Bay that we wanted to see inside of the first map. We're finally getting it here, and it's being the biggest piece that LG is having to deal with. Where is he going to be? What's this operator doing? And he just continues to make them guess. He's going to go for the swing in mid yet again here, but it's smoked off immediately. And in typical Baby Bay fashion, a smoke doesn't mean I won't peek it, and also take down your Omen. Dazzle goes by the wayside now as LG yet again on the back foot.
2 rounds in a row now. That pick has been successful here for FaZe and Baby Bay more specifically. However, considering the light buy coming out right now from LG, we might see them try to push forward and challenge the angle regardless. Only 1 Vandal to play off of here, and it's in the hands of their frontline player right now, Dre, who's going to just boost himself right across the doorway. And won't get spotted, of course, by the operator on the other end of things here. Baby Bay still holding that heaven position, but after seeing the cross, Just fall back and at this point kind of messing with his opponents a little bit there, making all that rope noise on the other side, trying to keep them guessing as to whether he still maintains this position or not. Nano Swarm, as well as all the additional Killjoy utility, going to implode here as they work their way up to the top of the ramp. You're going to be seeing a star go down, so for some potential of the CTs to hold that off as well here. Well, they'll suck them in with the gravity well, but going to stem the tide too much on this push here as LG continue to work their way out, and FaZe apparently ready for the challenge. A beautiful spray from Baby J as he gets 2 going for himself, as well as some great damage onto at least one of the 2 remaining members of LG. Dre's at 31, Tiggs at 66. All 3 of the remaining FaZe players are at full HP, so let's see if they can negotiate their way in for a quick retake. It's not even going to need to be that. It's just a shooting gallery. Zachary shuts them both down from Garage, and it's an easy 7th round here in the 3v2.
Oh, these defenses for FaZe right now are so very solid. Yeah, they will end up losing Baby Bay inside of that round, but the damage had already been done, and they got the operator back for him as well. FaZe's economy has got to look absolutely incredible in the moment. And what a solid read from them as well. Luminosity have been favoring this site for most of their offensive side, and that's leading FaZe to get these wraps in really early here, especially inside of this round. Zachary making the motion for Garage and also taking down the 2 LG members inside of that retake. So very well done from FaZe there to read through that, and to see if they can continue that inside of these last 2 rounds. Round 11 on the docket now.
Moose ready for the challenge this time against Baby Bay, but the problem is Baby Bay's support comes out on top here. Corey, able to now get himself a second after trading out for the death of his teammate. Now going to try to go for another one here as he picks up the op, but has to fall back very quickly as that first op shot misses. Of course, FaZe does not want to throw away the advantage they've been able to give themselves. Unfortunately, we're going closer and closer towards the end of the half here. We are going to see another resurrection come up here for the attackers, and they'll use that to re-even things back out into a 4v4.
What a time to use it as well. It was desperately needed, and really need to do some more damage on this offensive side. If they get a 7-5, that is more than likely the best they will be able to procure here, obviously, is only got these last 2 rounds remaining, but more or less the fact of what FaZe can possibly do to them inside of these 2 rounds. We've seen them constantly keeping the ball moving and keeping LG questioning what they can possibly get done. Is it going to happen yet again here? Oh no, 2 people to the back end. Tig with a pickup onto Corey. He's already got the cross set up as he'll take control of screens, works his way in, gets those snake bites down as Zachary has to hold things down from up top. He'll get the initial pick, but can't go much farther. The Viper wall now up and limiting his potential in sight. Raucus with 1, Raucus not with 2. It's gonna be Zachary instead, and now it's down to Tig, who we saw take control of screens. He's got Spike with minimal time. Can he get either of these frags? He can't get it done, and it's going to be a triple kill for the Astra.
FaZe has the full read that entire time as LG tries to just struggle their way into the A site, but as I'm sure you guys caught in the midst of that round, so much utility getting in their way, whether it's a gas wall, whether it's normal smokes, everything being thrown in front of the snake bites as well, fending off any more aggressive pushes that we saw there once they caught the play, working their way through the spawn. So FaZe, a great read and a great shutdown against LG, prevents them from closing the gap here as we approach halftime. It's going to be looking solid for FaZe regardless of this last round, but they can push it towards a very brutal point here. 1 more round for them, and we're looking at 9-3, and there we go. A 3rd time it works, but there's revenge available. Dre leaps himself up into mill, gets the trade for 2 kills. The showstopper there, so while he does go down to Baby J, he's also going to take Baby J out in the postmortem. A 3v2 situation is what will evolve into here now as well. LG going to swarm onto the B site and get their plant going for themselves.
Now that right there is looking like Dre from Ascent. I don't know really what happened in between these 2 maps, but he's fine. He's back. He's at the keyboard. Just had to, move the little brother away and get back in. But now it's a retake for FaZe here in this 2 versus 3. Raucus moving out first, but we know this Viper's pit is already down. They're going to be having to play this quite close quarters. Tig knows that more than likely someone will be favoring the box, but Zachary actually favoring the back of sight. Raucus flies in. Zachary with 1, but now it's a 1 versus 2, and both of these members are inside of the pit, making it easy for
gentlemen. Heading back into the action here at the VCT Challengers playoffs for North America. The quest for Berlin continues on for both of our teams in this matchup between LG and FaZe. Currently fighting for survival, and FaZe doubly so as they dropped the first map over on Ascent. We're now here on our second map for Split. LG now behind against FaZe after FaZe had an excellent first half at 8-4. They now jump onto the attack, but they're going to look to try and seal the deal, take us to a map 3, but LG will look to put a stop to that and see if they can end things right here, right now. Who will do it? Well, we don't know yet. That's what we're here to find out. So let's get into the second half and see who can come out on top of things.
Yeah, FaZe with an incredible defensive half there. Great base as they were able to hold on to A for most of the time, forcing LG into those B executes. And even that was very, very difficult for them. And, you know, the icing on the cake being Baby Bay on top of that with the aggressive op play, mostly towards mid, but seen across the board, able to really hinder LG in what they were capable of. But now it's FaZe with the shoe on the other foot. And speaking of that, it's going to be the same for the engagements as well, as Tig will take down Baby Bay this time. But, oh no, it's actually going to be Rockas who works his way to the back. Tig gets aggressive yet again. He'll take down yet another, but finally the refrags come through. LG with some frags, a Proto with 2. FaZe finally taking him down as Corey will go for 2 as well. It's a 1v2 for him with no spike control. The spike is down at the bottom of Raptors. He can't get the first kill onto Dazzle. The classic just not good enough, and they'll end up winning it out. Great stuff there for LG, but most importantly from Tig.
Respect to Corey there at the end. Definitely playing it the right way. Just going to get the classic recoil to work out in the way he needed to line up those 2 final headshots there. Either way, though, like Stokes was mentioning just a moment ago, Tig with the very impressive play up inside of heaven there, picking off both players, dancing around all of the smokes in order to keep things obscured, and caught, I believe, 2 different players of FaZe completely unaware of his own position. So beautifully done there to solidify the advantage early on. FaZe still nearly fighting back, irregardless of going down 3v5 there in the opener. Oh, Moose now going to have to deal with some of that extra aggression. No, it won't work out. We're going right into chaos at the beginning. Thankfully, for the LG camp, they had a large group of players ready to swarm in on this choke point and prevent that aggressive play from FaZe and Baby Bay from panning out in their favor. LG now solidify their control once again, that is, over the A site. Although I don't believe they know it yet. They also have spike control here. So Dre's going to start to move forward, clean up what's left. A good trade here from Zach as he gets a beautiful headshot on the classic, but now they know where he is. He's been isolated into a corner, and there's not going to be much time left before LG hunt him down. There you go. 6 rounds on the board for LG. They are quickly about to get comeback after their success.
Yeah, LG smelling blood in the water there, but now it all comes down to this. They've put 2 rounds together extremely quickly, but it's the rifles now for FaZe, and we'll see what they're able to get done. Incredible engagements, honestly, here at the bottom of a main. And well, LG coming out on top of that, as we saw, and they're going to be on that short buy here just for this one. And we'll see FaZe on the rifle round here. What are they able to procure? We're used to the aggressive plays. Will Baby Bay go for it yet again? He will. Gets over the ice wall, gets your boy Dre as well. Steals the words right out of my mouth. Was not ready for that peek. And now Baby Bay surging forward onto ramp. Can he get the second one? Dips under Tig's bullets, and they're making it work. But Dazzle with 3. Baby Bay finally gets the refrag. It's a 1 versus 2. A Proto with 1. He can't follow it up. What a beautiful round there for Luminosity. But FaZe will win it out.
False sense of security from Dazzle there. Really curious to see what would have happened if after that 3rd kill gets picked up. And to be fair, he might have been out of ammo at that point. I didn't catch it because it happened so quickly on my screen, but the weapon switch makes me think that he probably thought the play was over, and as a result of that, he goes down there due to not catching the 4th player. So close, though, from LG, but at the same time, you gotta respect the aggression coming out from FaZe. Baby Bay, the initial player he takes down, is not even his intended target. You could see the gravity well going on to Moose and nearly grabbing him at that major A-site choke point as well. That was who they originally intended to take down off the rip here, but instead they're able to find other targets, open up the same type of advantage, and brute force their way on the site. Look at this movement from Baby Bay. Just hops right in through the heaven window, takes out Dazzle. There's going to be a trade coming out here from Moose. Tig was seemingly ready for players to hop into his smoke as well, but never mind. Zachary gains the advantage instead, and now Corey is cutting off the rotates as the stragglers from LG are on their way from the B site.
Incredible stuff here for FaZe. They'll get the entry necessary as Baby Bay has some magic inside his hands inside of this split at a minimum. I think we're going to be seeing that after what we saw on Ascent, but he's doubled down and he's making it work. And now the frags coming through for FaZe yet again. They're going to take down most of the members, leading it all down to a Proto. We'll at least get a solid read on one of the members inside of screen, but Corey with a beautiful shot from the Sheriff will take him down. And FaZe go ahead by 4 yet again.
This is that crushing aggression now here. You can see it's not slowing down from FaZe. It's only getting quicker and quicker, especially now that Baby Bay is back into control of things here. He's got his groove rolling in this map compared to the previous one. FaZe is not going to be hesitant in any sense of the word for these upcoming rounds. You might expect a little bit of caution coming in, as we should expect the buys to get a bit stronger for the members of LG at this point forward, not on this round, but the round afterwards. However, either way, FaZe definitely locking themselves in for that trademark aggression as they want to try and shut down this map as quickly as possible and force us into a third. We've got another play to dictate that type of play style here. The lockdown already on the ground as well. We are going to see lines in the way here to try and stop them from moving forward, but it's not going to stop anything at all. Baby Bay already out. A Proto, though, once again, finding at least one tree, but he's going to get locked down here and put into painting. Going to see this a little bit confusing for a moment. FaZe pushing even deeper into the site. A Proto is actually allowed to survive his containment back in the corner of the site. FaZe here, that control very, very tepidly now taken on B. They still have to retrieve the spike. That's where the issue will come in. Because they allowed a Proto to stay alive and didn't realize he was locked down, they still have to deal with him. But thankfully, it's quick work. Proto goes down on first contact. What a shot from Dre, though. Beautiful response. He tries to hop over Heaven and into the site, but as I'm sure you guys just caught, Corey with the immediate shutdown stops any chance of that and secures the 11th round for FaZe.
Well, it might have been the whole part where he put a bullet in between Baby Bay's eyes and then immediately showstoppered. So, big audio cue coming out there for FaZe to know exactly what his game plan was, and great read from them overall, because if you give literally any time at all, Dre's able to at least get that rocket out and take down one, and that could be a very, very scary situation depending on how that breaks down, and FaZe just wanting to have none of it. So, masterclass there, but we're going to have it yet again here from FaZe. The aggression comes out, not in the same sense we saw the last time where we saw the lanes getting split up from the Viper walls, but now it's going to be Corey this time around. He'll take down two. Still has the paint shells as well, as he'll throw them into the back of Heaven. But now LG onto the retake. This ice wall going to assist them with at least getting some possible control on the Rafters area, but actually no. Broken up here. Actually on this side. He's not even able to take down Baby Bay, who swings in from Rafters. It's all down to Dazzle, working right outside of the map. Baby Bay is making sure that his keyboard works, folks, in case you were wondering. And Corey, well, his gun works. So
just checking the crouch keep.
Match points.
Man.
As everybody's jumping in on the fun now. Either way, FaZe
429, John. 429 ACS right now for Baby Bay. That is just absolutely incredible.
He's feeling it, and it seems like the rest of FaZe is starting to as well. Corey this time jumping into the action with his own bit of aggression to move forward all the way up into the A Heaven site there and take full control away from LG. LG are scrap buying it here now as they don't have a choice. They've got to run 6 rounds straight if they'd like to avoid that third map, but that only guarantees OT at this point. So we'll see Bulldogs, shotguns, as well as at least one Spectre there for Tig. A couple players close to ult, so we could see some semblance of power be brought back out, but for now, only Dazzle has his, and once again, Baby Bay, wasting no time, leaps right in with the support right behind him from Corey. Both of them find entries, the B site, within seconds. Now under the control of our attackers, and Baby Bay not even satisfied with that. He wants to go for spawn. He throws the Vandal out on the ground.
No.
Take it. I don't need it. I've got... Okay, well, that's a bit embarrassing. But either way, a Proto shuts him down. That will give a gun over to our defenders, but it seems so far gone at this point. Will it even matter?
Guys, I woke up today and I was like, man, I get to cast Baby Bay today. It's going to be a fun day. That first map, we really didn't get to see what we wanted from FaZe and really this matchup overall, but we're definitely getting it now. It's 13-6.